Hey y'all. I say
Hi.
country.
You do
Welcome
sometimes.
to, our chit chat bullshit thing that we do here. Welcome to our podcast, y'all. Don't forget to like and subscribe before the end. Now, I know you said you got something for us to talk about today. What's going on?
Yes, I don't know if you know about the case of Carmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf.
Is that is that so y'all, I'm not good with news. I think y'all know that by now. Is that the situation with the black and the white teenager boys?
Yes.
Okay, so I kind of know about it. Like, I know the very basics. I know that the black child shot the white child.
No, there's no shooting. So I'll explain. And we're gonna just kind of give you the gist of it, right? We're gonna go over it, give you
Yeah, give
basically
me the basics.
the basics, right? And before we start, I do want to say something. Um, in situations when there's like black and white involved, there's always the race issue that is brought up.
Yeah.
And before we start, I want to say that I my condolences go to both families in the sense that I feel like two children have lost their lives. One by being stabbed and the other one because
Sad.
he is yeah, he old. I mean, both of them were like straight A students. They were athletes at school. They had like a future ahead of them, and now that future is 100% gone. You know what I mean? So, and I can't imagine the pain of losing a child, and I know you can, but it just it would it would be debilitating. But just to give you the gist of it, and again, before we get into it, don't forget to like this video so that the YouTube algorithm, sends us somewhere, anywhere, really. um, so Anthony, as he's a student at Frisco Centennial High School, was charged with the murder of Austin Metcalf, who was 17 years old, 11th grader at Frisco Memorial High School. And what happened was like this was a track meet, right? It was pouring rain, like raining a lot. And they have in the track meets they have these tents, and different tents belong to different high schools, right? So, um, Anthony, who went to Frisco Centennial High School, went into the Frisco Memorial High School and sat down at their tent. And then Austin and his brother, who are twins, came in and they told him to leave. And from like witness statements, it is said that Anthony like opened up his backpack and said, "Touch me and see what happens." And so Austin decided, well, some people say, because it's like blurry and not all the state, not all the police reports have come out, but Austin definitely put his hands on him. So they started like pushing him and grabbing him. Some people say it was both of the twins. Um, Police reports, say that it was only Austin, but um, there's rumors that they broke this kid's phone, Anthony's phone, etc. And so after Austin decided to start the physical altercation, Anthony pulled out a knife out of his backpack and stabbed him once in the heart and then ran away. Right. So the police were called. They came. Um, they apprehended Anthony. Um, he the police were like, we have the alleged stabber. He said, Anthony says, I'm not alleged, I did it, right? And then police reports state that on the way, while he was already in the car in the handcuffs and the police car, he asked if the other kid, if Austin was going to be Austin, yeah, sorry, I forget names. Austin was going to be okay. So I don't think he realized the gravity of his actions. Or maybe I don't know what he thought, because obviously he was concerned. He asked if he was going to be okay. So after all this happens, right, the internet blows up, Facebook blows up, and there's people on one side that are like posting pictures of Anthony, the stabber, the alleged stabber, because he's now being accused of murder, um, with like guns, or like making like just doing this and stuff like that in pictures, trying to paint him as a thug, which is fucking reprehensible in my opinion, because this kid was not a thug. He was, again, a straight A student. He was a good kid. Like this wasn't a troublemaker. He was in football. He was in track. You know what I mean? Um, and they started painting a picture of him that was basically, you know, making the assumption that he, like a black person, he's a thug. He deserves to get the death penalty, etc. Right? Look at him with guns and stuff like that, which was a misrepresentation. I mean, this is in Texas. Everybody has fucking guns. And like they would post pictures of the twins and like, you know, the football uniform, or when they were babies, etc., etc. When in reality, there's pictures of the twins with guns as well, and pictures of the twins putting up the middle finger and like in pictures. They're like teenagers. You know what I mean? It doesn't make them, you know, it doesn't mean anything. And then there's the other side, right, that says, well, he was a bully, and this would be Austin. He was a bully. He got what he deserved. Um, and basically saying that Austin was racist. And I hate that as well, because there's actually, just like I'm not going to assume that the black kid was a thug because he had pictures with guns. I don't think it's okay to assume that the white kid was a racist because he was white, because there's actually no evidence pointing to the fact that he was racist. He might have been an asshole. He might have. I don't think it was right for him to put hands on Anthony, but I don't think that says that he was racist. And actually, there's one of his friends who happens to be African American. Not that that means anything. Came out and spoke kindly on Austin, the victim in this case. So I think both sides are fucking wrong when it comes to this. And Anthony's claiming self defense, and I'm not sure how I exactly feel about that, because I don't think that the response was measurable. Like, I understand fighting back if you're pushed. I understand that, like, being pushed or punched or touched, or when you're clearly all you're doing is sitting in a fucking tent. You know what I mean? Because it's fucking raining. Like, there was no need for them to put their hands on this kid. But I don't think the response is appropriate either. And I mean, I don't think, like, a kid is fucking dead. You know what I mean? So, your thoughts, basically. I just gave you the gist of it.
Okay. So I'm not going to lead with any kind of disclosure about who I am as a person. Um, I am going to lead with this. I think every child nowadays are the biggest little cowards I've ever seen in my life. Y'all, I was a girl fist fighting boys. And now we out here carrying around knives to track meets. You're in high school. Why did you feel the need to have a knife? It's not like, regardless of this, so those are two different schools, correct?
Yeah, they're two different schools.
So you can't say Austin was constantly a bully to you. Y'all didn't even go to the same school.
Exactly.
So whatever issue y'all decided y'all had, y'all let get heated real quick. And if a 5 minute interaction with somebody is enough for you to stab them, then psychology says you was gonna do it eventually in life anyways.
Hmm.
So as much hate as I'm going to get for the following statement is based on psychology. It's not based on his race. Based on his age and his reaction, he would be in prison before he's 30 anyways for the exact same thing. If you react that hardcore to something automatically, rage is learned. Rage is a taught thing. I'm not saying that people shouldn't self-defend. Because if anyone know, y'all watch my other podcasts, y'all know that I am all about my rights, especially my rights to bear arms and my rights of self defense. I am all about that, all about it. But these are kids, and you're telling me that first off, I do not believe that Austin should have said anything to that child. That wasn't his place. But maybe, with school rivalry and things like that, it was one of those like, oh man, our team's better than yours. Get out of my tent.
Hmm.
You know, I don't even care if they was hitting each other. If they had gotten an all out fist fight and Austin got his little ass whooped and then he died afterwards, this would be a completely different conversation.
It would.
But the fact is, you pulled out a weapon and you stabbed him. You took away every opportunity that the world is now asking for you to get. And that's
Yeah.
actually what made me start seeing anything about this situation is because I was seeing a bunch of posts come on my timeline about freeing him and releasing him. And if tables were turned, this wouldn't be the case. But that's so wrong. Because y'all, there's like 3,000 people in school for even stating that they're going to be in school shooting or stating they're going to, kill one of their classmates. And 90% of those people are white.
Yeah, no, I mean, I have seen those whataboutisms as well. That what most people bring up the Kyle Rittenhouse case, which is similar, right? It's very similar in a lot of ways,
I don't know
and
who Kyle Rittenhouse is.
he basically shot two people that there was like an altercation. They were coming after him. Apparently, he shot two people with like an AR-15 or some sort of rifle, and claimed self defense and got off. And he was white.
But he went to
Um,
court for it, right? He didn't just they just didn't never arrest him though, right?
no, they did. They arrested him. He went to court. He claimed self defense and he got off.
Listen,
You know
and
what I
I
mean?
think that this kid should do exactly the same thing. He should go to court. He should claim self-defense. And listen, I completely support that because I support you being
Due
able to have your
process.
day in court to to justify what you did. And listen, if 12 members of whatever peer group they decide you're going to be with, which you knew right from wrong, so you're probably going to be charged as an adult, but I agree with whatever their decision is. And the reason I feel that strongly about it is people seem to only see color when it's convenient for them.
Hmm.
Uh, I grew up around a predominantly, African American world, and having to do that, I had to adjust a lot of the things that I would say or be careful to not offend people around me. As an adult, I chose to never be that person again because if I offend you, it's because you're a shitty person. I have no hate in my heart for anybody. And
Whoa.
I apologize. Apparently, my dog disagrees. My dog has some hate in her heart. Probably for other dogs. She used to be a fighting dog, y'all. It's not her fault. But in this situation, I don't care about the color of their skin. So that's what bothers me the most about media is if we would just remove their skin color from the situation, it is fucking sad for both parties involved, both families involved, both schools involved,
Mm-hmm.
and all the friends around them that this is going to hurt. Because just like you said, two lives are lost at this point, not just one. Because even if, and this is sucky to say, but this is the way the justice system works, even if it comes back and he's acquitted of charges and he doesn't have to do time and it's marked as self-defense, that record still follows him.
Yeah.
It'll say that he pled not guilty and that, he was acquitted of those charges, but it'll still follow him. So either way, both of their lives are ruined.
Yeah, and I mean, both of the kids made, like, I feel like stupid decisions,
And
or
is the young man that stabbed the kid currently out of jail?
yeah, they
Is
actually
he in protective custody?
they did move him to, well, he's not in protective custody, but the family did move the kid. I just saw the news to like an undisclosed location because the family is getting threatened. So
Okay, that's what I was gonna say, is I think that that child needs to be put in protective custody, and I say that because the child that was stabbed had a twin.
yeah, well, and not only just the twin, but I feel like the most frustrating part of this case is that when you go and you read comments on Facebook, you see fucking disgusting and fucking appalling people on both sides of the fucking spectrum. There are so many fucking racist ass motherfuckers that say, we should hang them, or, N word this and N word that. You know what I mean? Like, you see that these people exist, and it gives it like a reality that you're like, what the fuck? It's like
Right.
2025. Like, why are there still people like this here? And then you see the other side of the spectrum that say, oh no, the white kid was racist, when there is no fucking proof that the white kid is fucking racist. He's a fucking kid. There's nothing that says he's racist. You're doing the same thing to the white kid that you claim people do to black people. You know what I mean? Like, you're assuming just because he's white and he pushed a black kid that then that automatically means he's racist, and it doesn't. It just
Hey,
probably
I've
fucking means
broken up with like 20 different black men. Does that make me racist?
no, but it maybe means that you you should stop dating so many people, Amanda.
I
I don't
mean,
know.
that's what it is. I mean, no, I'm just kidding, y'all.
No, do what you want. Do what you
But
want. You
that's
only
the
have one
point.
life.
That's the point is just because an action goes against someone of a different skin color does not automatically mean it's a racially motivated situation. Me and I
Exactly.
Noah get in arguments all the time. I mean, she's my best friend. But you can ask her, like, we will have knockdown dragouts over the stupidest things.
Yes, we will.
And we'll call each other mean names and we'll say that each other's stupid and we'll even hang up on each other.
She hangs up on me. I don't hang up on her because I'm a nice person. But
Right. That's what we'll go with. Um, but it doesn't mean that I hate people from Spain. I'm what is it called when you're racist against a person from Spain? I'm
I don't know.
discriminatory
An
towards
idiot.
immigrants.
I guess you could. That's like
See?
really big of a word. Like two words, actually. It's not even a word, it's a sentence. I don't know. You a bigot? I don't fucking know.
Did you just
Um
call me big?
bigot. Baguette. Baguette. Bigot.
Baguette?
A baguette. You're a
Is
baguette.
that a bread?
No, it's a female bigot.
Was that racist?
Yes. You're like white bread, like a baguette. Just kidding. Um
But
so
that's kind
anyway,
of my point is not everything is racially motivated. Sometimes it's ego. And with these people,
exactly.
it was definitely ego.
Yes. I 100% agree. Um it was ego. It's probably like school rivalry. Why are you sitting at in my tent.
And listen,
Uh,
school rivalry is real, y'all. I
and
went to a school at one point called Fort Dorchester High School, and their biggest rival was Somerville High School. And anytime the two of them had a football game, the police had to escort the losing team off of the campuses because it would
exactly.
get that crazy.
And then in my opinion, because I'm a person, right? Like, and you, I think we're all people. I think so. And so I feel like when Anthony said touch me and see what happens in front, then Austin is there, there's other students around him. That's kind of like antagonizing someone, you know what I mean? Like, touch me and see what happens. And then Austin is there and everybody's looking, and obviously he's like, well, of course I'm going to touch you, because it's like an invitation. It's almost like an invitation to do it, because you're antagonizing someone, and now this person may feel like if they don't push you or they don't put hands on you, then it's going to make them look weak in front of everyone. And at the end of the day, they're teenagers, they're fucking kids, they're not adults. Like, our brains, scientifically proven, we don't they don't have, as teenagers, they don't have the self-control that we end up learning, some of us, occasionally over time, you know what I mean, as we grow up. So um yeah, so it's like, in my opinion, I don't think is I think it's sad. I don't know if it's self-defense, but I personally don't think so. I don't think that it was the appropriate response to being pushed or being, but he'll have his day in court, and we'll see what happens, and we'll keep you guys updated.
As soon as we know, like and
Excellent.
subscribe.
Yeah. Have a good one. Bye.